video technology, video telepresence really shouldn't be locked to a room. This is what we're going to be able to do, is we're going to be able to get out of those rooms, get into the field, and do things like we could never do before. And we're going to be able to change the way we think about this. Instead of being an event, it's going to be a way of life.
I find that the video conferencing system eliminates the need for me to travel. I can sit down at the screen of my desktop computer, and within a minute or two of a conference, it's just like the real person is sitting in front of me. There's no delay, there's high definition quality. It's very easy to just forget that you're talking to a screen. What I wanted was the technology to be invisible. I didn't want us to be involved in having to develop technology and having to constantly work with technology. So I wanted it to be something that was basically invisible to the users in a relatively short amount of time after they've been using it, and then also to be something that was invisible to my technology people, because I didn't want them spending all of their time working on it and adapting it.
So the project that we got involved with in the School of Life Sciences deals with a global classroom and a global linkage of scientists. Our dean, Robert Page, and the President Crow actually were very interested in getting a link with the Smithsonian Institute, and in particular the Smithsonian Institute for Tropical Research, which is down in Panama. And the question was not just to link us with telepresence devices, but to link telepresence into the jungle, into the environment. And there you need to have something that's very flexible, something that's very portable, and something that actually works.
I'm sitting in front of my office, and I'm in a small village called Gamboa, which is in the Republic of Panama. And behind me, I have a jungle. So I've had a lot of experience with web conferencing, and specifically I'm really interested in having interactions between students in Panamanian classrooms here where I work in Panama with classrooms in the United States. So I'm interested in figuring out ways that we can do basic research in rainforests, particularly research about how plants defend themselves from herbivores. Those are insects or mammals that consume the plants. One species I'm very interested in, or group of species, are the leaf-cutting ants. And leaf-cutting ants are really amazing organisms. They're the world's first farmers. They began to grow crops 50 million years ago. They're trash dump. So they don't live in their trash, but they do live in their food.
And what we want to do is we want to see how far we can penetrate literally into the jungle and bring back that experience to the user.
I see no reason why every student at ASU couldn't have a video client on their computer. I think it's a technology that will network the students and the faculty much more tightly across the entire university.
With video, what we really want to do is get FaceTime. We want to get classrooms and students meeting each other in different cultures, different countries. With video, we're going to be able to penetrate into a lot of these schools, a lot of these areas, a lot of the countries that we wouldn't have been able to do before.
In the past, working with collaborators that are in Europe or on the other side of the country has been a hassle, especially interacting with them in real time. But I think this particular tool is going to be really helpful for that process for me in the future.
I mean, even bringing in guest lectures, you don't have to pay the airfare. You can just have them on a big screen. A really green solution in a lot of ways too.
One of the things about Arizona State University is they've been a leader in the green movement. We have everything from solar panels that you're seeing across all the roofs, all the parking structures. The video is we're going to cut down travel time and using cars and planes so that we can actually get the same kind of face-to-face work done without having a carbon impact.
Another major advantage of video was, again, that every computer can be itself a conferencing center. The technologies that I've invested in here as Dean of the School of Life Sciences have been expensive and they've been static. And every place you're having a conference has to have an equal investment. So it was very expensive to be trying to link in multiple video points into a conferencing classroom.
It's really, really frustrating, and it takes a lot of time and several groups of IT people on each side working days in advance to see if it's going to work. And this is so completely different, and it really gives the independence of the individual researcher who wants to connect with somebody to just do it themselves. So with video, pretty much the only equipment that the classroom needs on the other side is a laptop and a web camera. And now, instead of thousands of dollars for equipment, which might or might not work, we're talking about a couple $100s worth of equipment that most classrooms are going to be able to afford and have. It will really open up these experiences to many more people.
We wanted to see how far you can push it. Can you run it on a 3G? Can you get it into the jungle? Can you get it into the middle of an island in the middle of the Panama Canal? And what we found is, yes, you can. When you have traditional technology, video technology, when it fails, you're pretty much out of luck. One of the things that video does is it actually will adjust for the different conditions. If you're losing bandwidth, it'll adjust to them. When we work with video, I always think about the person that always said, you can often afford to buy a sailboat, but you can't afford to own one. Well, with video, you can afford to buy the sailboat and sail it around the world, because it doesn't cost that much to extend it to other people in other regions around the world. It's an inexpensive client that gets to any desktop virtually anywhere. So you can have a Mac, you can have a PC, no problem. We can reach you, and we can do it on a fraction of the cost.